actually kept the receipt since
I don't throw anything away, Your Honor.
Neither do I. You and I are I need to see the original 1985 receipt.
This is the original 1985 receipt.
It's almost as old as my legal career. Let's go. 34 years old.
This is the plaintiff, Karen Adair. She says she gave her very expensive piano to the defendant to sell on consignment, and he sold her piano all right, but never told her he sold it. He never told her how much he sold it for. She was supposed to get 80% of the sale price, and she's here suing him for the state max of $5,000 for the piano the defendant basically stole from her. This is the defendant, Rick Smith. He says the piano market in the U.S. is terrible. People are getting rid of pianos in record numbers. He has 600 for sale right now. A few years ago, someone put down a deposit on the plaintiff's piano. He sent her a good faith check of $2,000 and then the buyer backed out. He's invested $2,000 in the plaintiff's piano. He can't sell it, and he's not giving her anything more until he does sell it one day, hopefully. He's accused of not tickling the ivories.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Adair?
Yes.
You're suing the piano exchange represented here by Mr. Smith. Are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For $5,000, the statutory maximum, because according to you, they sold your piano and didn't pay you the right amount. All right. What happened here? You had a piano that had been in your family since when?
Actually, I bought the piano from Mr. Smith in 1985.
Okay.
And
you
for
actually kept the receipt since
I don't throw anything away, Your Honor.
Neither do I. You and I are I need to see the original 1985 receipt.
This is the original 1985 receipt.
It's
signed
almost
by
as
Mr.
old as my
Smith.
legal career. Let's go. 34 years old.
I was shocked to find it in my files, but there it was.
I love it.
I was living in Manhattan.
Oh,
at
it's
that-
held up. Hold on.
Sorry,
Let me
sorry.
hold on.
Give her her moment.
Give me my moment. It's held up well. All right, so go on. What happened?
I paid the $10,500. It was a Steinway 1923 Model M grand piano. Finally, the kids left the nest. I was moving to an apartment. The kids were all in apartments. Nobody had room to take the piano. So I called Mr. Smith and I said, do you have any interest in selling my piano? I bought it from you. And he said, yes, absolutely. Give us $300 for the delivery and we will sell it on consignment. You will get 80%. We will keep 20%. I said, fine.
So then what happens? And that was when, in 2015?
That was 2015.
Okay.
So I would call occasionally and I'd say, hey, Rick, what's doing with my piano? And he would say, oh, it's slow now, but we're hoping it'll pick up over Christmas. And this went on and on and on. And finally, I called him and I said, you know, I have a friend who would like to buy the piano.
When did you do that?
In 2018.
Okay.
And then his voice changed a little bit and he said, okay, I'm going to send you a check for $1,000. And I thought, well, why are you giving me a check for $1,000? Give me what I'm owed.
Wait, did he say he sold it?
He was very cagey and he wouldn't say. And I said, can I see the invoice?
Wait. Did you ask him? Did you sell it?
Yes.
And what was his answer?
His answer was yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then that's not cagey.
But I never saw an invoice for how much it sold for.
But he said, yes, I sold it.
Yes.
And then he sends you a check for $1,000 when?
In May of 2018, and again in September of 2018, after I called and called and called, I got $2,000 out of him.
Okay, so when he sends you the first check, did you say to him, how do I know this is the right amount? Give me
an invoice.
An invoice.
That's what I said.
And what did he say?
Oh, it's on my desk somewhere. I can't find it.
Then what happens? He just says, I have no idea what I sold it for?
Yes.
Okay, did you sell the piano?
Well, the story is similar to what Karen has just related to you. We sell pianos usually by first taking a deposit. We usually don't get paid all at one time. And we did get a deposit on the piano, $1,000. I was working with the fellow for quite a while. So I didn't want to say to Karen we sold the piano because that means she was expecting all the payment. Then I called this customer back. He was renovating his house. So I got another deposit, an additional deposit, another $1,000, which I sent to Karen also 2 months later.
And then what happened? The person never bought the piano?
We never finished.
Where's the piano?
I have the piano.
Oh, you
license.
have the piano?
Yeah, I still have it. So what happened was that I didn't.
Did you know he had the piano?
He can say he has the piano.
Well, no. Is there a serial number on your contract? Yes, there is. Do
Yes.
you have any proof that you have the piano?
Yes, photographs I took and sent it. I have them here.
Can I see your photographs?
Sure.
He either has it or he doesn't. There's no like middle ground.
Your Honor,
Is this where the serial number goes?
I guess,
That matches your contract.
yes. But this is the first I've heard of this.
I know. Isn't this exciting?
Not as exciting as getting paid the money,
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. The defendant saying pianos are just a relic now. They're not popular. Is that true?
Yes, I have a baby grand. I'm sitting on it, and I still can't get rid of it.
Why? I mean,
Oh, I guess people aren't playing them like they used to.
why would that be? Does anybody have an idea why that would be?
You got pianos on your phone.
Huh?
You got a piano on your phone.
So you think everything now is based on the phone and not based on because
Yeah, or there's keyboard.
there are the guitars are still popular.
Yeah, that's different. The guitar is easier to carry around. You can't carry around piano.
I'm really done talking to you. I just want to look at that ice cream cone because it looks so good going inside the courtroom.
If he has a piano and it looks like he does, then he's not a thief who pocketed your money. He's a guy who didn't even sell your piano, and you got $2,000 and you got a piano.
I don't want the piano back. The
Oh,
idea
I'm
was,
sure you don't.
That's exactly right.
That's right, but that you don't get to do that. You see,
I understand.
because that's not the agreement you entered into with him. Oh, that was clever. He took he took the picture with the New York Times here, so you know that it's in fact the piano.
Just like a kidnapping victim.
Just like a kidnapping victim. That's a little harsh. That's a little harsh when we know you got $2,000 you weren't entitled to right now. That's kind of a harsh thing for you to say, but all right. So now what?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
This is a pattern of behavior on the part of the piano exchange.
Lady, you are crazy.
I know.
No, you are. Come on. Now we know that the piano's there.
Why do
Stop.
I have to take him to court to find that out?
I don't. Actually, that's a really good question. Have you told her that you have the piano?
No, we haven't spoken in quite a while, although.
Well, what did you tell her, though, at that time? Did you think you still had the sale going?
Yes.
How did you misplace what the agreement was you had with that guy? Because that would have forestalled all of this if she had just seen what you sold it for.
Well, not only did I misplace that, but I misplaced the original consignment agreement.
Yeah, maybe you need to have better record keeping.
No question.
But so how much did you sell the piano for that which sale did not go through?
$9,000.
$9,000. How do you know it was $9,000?
I remember it.
Was it in writing?
Writing.
And you lost it?
I didn't lose it. It's misplaced, and it's still misplaced.
Oh, it's still
Just
misplaced below
like-
these 10 years later or whatever?
Just
Okay.
2 years.
4 years later?
1 year.
But if you know the details so well that you just told them to me, why didn't you tell her that?
I don't remember the conversation at all, but I'm sure that she spoke to me
All right.
about it at length.
So it is what it is. We're done. I don't know what you think is going to happen, but it's not going to happen, so you can stop.
listen,
all right?
it's
No,
not just
you
for
have
me.
your contract, and we're going to go by your contract.
I understand.
So what are our choices now? It seems to me it's what's behind door number 1 and door number 2, which is you pick up the piano, which means you have to pay to pick up the piano,
Yeah.
and then just sell it yourself.
I already paid to send it over to him.
I know. But your contract says you got to pay coming and going if it doesn't sell. So pick up I don't know why you're rolling your eyes
I'm
while
not
I'm
rolling my
talking
eyes,
to you.
Your Honor.
Your piano didn't sell. So your rights are exactly what you negotiated, not me, you. So what are your choices? Your choices are that if the piano doesn't sell, you pay to ship the piano back to you. And then it's your piano. However, you would have to return the $2,000. Choice number 2, you leave your piano there and you try to see if he sells it. And you're already ahead of the game because you've already received $2,000.
How do I have an assurance in the future that when he sells the piano, I will be notified, I will be shown an invoice?
You are in the same position as anybody else who signs a consignment contract.
And who doesn't get satisfaction, like this person who complained on the Better Business Bureau.
I don't care.
Same exact
you
thing.
have people complaining he has 400 people saying he's great. I don't care about Yelp. I don't care about that stuff. I care about this. You gave him a piano. He has the piano. Ipso facto, the piano didn't sell. So your choices are what your contract says. And when you look at me and say, what guarantees do I have that'll keep me abreast of what's happening? You don't. So take the piano back. That's one of your choices. Take the piano back.
You're right.
What do you want to do? You want to take the piano back or you want to let it ride?
I might as well let it ride at this point. But I certainly hope that his business practices will be better in the future.
Well, and all eyes on you right now, right?
Right.
So 'tis what it is. In terms of you coming in here and demanding the $5,000, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice.
Okay.
That way, if a lawsuit bubbles up because you find out he sold it, where is the piano physically? Is it in a showroom?
Yes, it's in my shop.
Like, in other words, if I came in off the street, would I be able to see the piano?
Yes.
Oh, well, you can visit your piano. This is the risk that everybody who does a consignment contract has.
He did tell me at one point that I will pay you as soon as I sell some real estate. And I thought,
He doesn't owe you any money.
I'm
He's
but
paid, in
why
fact,
did he
not
say-
only that,
why did
he
tell me
paid you
that?
$2,000 he shouldn't have paid you. I guess you would have had to pay her $1,600 of that if you kept the guy's deposit, which you did. Like, you didn't give the guy back $2,000.
Oh, yes. I don't keep people's deposits.
You gave the guy the deposit back?
I still have the piano. Why wouldn't I give him back his deposit?
Because most deposits are non-refundable by law unless you specifically say that they're refundable. Had you told him it was refundable?
I didn't say one way or the other because I have a very, I've been in business 45 years in the same place, and I don't want to keep people's deposits.
Okay.
He may come back.
He may come back. I don't know. I think his piano playing days are over. All right, guys. So dismiss without prejudice, and you pay her no money today. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, in effect, the plaintiff has lost the case. At least the case has been dismissed. Mr. Deere, what do you think?
I think I have the same amount of money that I had yesterday.
You're absolutely right.
That's right. And
Except you have $2,000 you really shouldn't have.
Well, I had $2,000 because he told me he sold the piano, and that's the last I heard. He never told me that the person backed out of selling it. When I said to him, "Where is the piano?" he said, "I will sell some real estate and pay you." And I said, "Why would I
Maybe
wait
he meant
for that?"
pianos by real
No,
estate.
he meant real estate.
Well, you've learned the hard way. Anyway, I
can still take him to court.
yes, you can.
Dismiss without prejudice. I can
Yes, you
still
can.
take him to court.
Yes, you can.
So let's hope he behaves a little better in the future.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. All right, Mr. Smith. Step over here right now. You kind of sprung a surprise on her with the picture. Good for you, though. Great evidence.
Well, the right evidence is the right thing to do.
I didn't realize the piano market was that bad. Is it really?
It is. It's been getting worse, believe it or not, for decades. Decades.
Any idea why?
Many reasons why. Do we have enough time to tell you all?
No, I don't.
Okay, I can tell you all the reasons.
All
there
right,
are.
well, we'll
But
do that some other time.
Lately, it's smartphones are more important than pianos.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All righty. Harvey?
So, without prejudice, something the judge mentioned means that the plaintiff can refile this case, but it was filed prematurely, so she has to wait to see if the defendant actually ends up selling it and not giving her her cut. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Christine Sir. She says the careless defendant broke her sliding glass door when he was doing some landscaping at her house, and he refuses to pay her for the cost of her shattered door. This guy's given her the royal runaround for almost 6 months now. She's lost her patience and is suing the irresponsible guy for the $2,500 she's now owed. This is the defendant, Christian. He says he has no idea if a rock or something flew into the plaintiff's door, but for good customer service, he said he fixed the broken door. He agreed to replace the broken glass, but the woman's now suing him for an entirely new and better door, and he's not willing to pay for that. So here they are. He's accused of cracking up a customer.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant broke her sliding glass door when he was landscaping her house. But the defendant says a rock may have kicked up, and he even agreed to pay for the door, but then she started gouging him. It's the case of Love Me Like a Rock.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Christine,
ma'am.
sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing Christian. You've asked to be referred to only as Christian, who is doing lawn work at your house, landscaping work.
Yes.
For $2,500, because according to you, during that work, he or one of his employees broke a sliding glass door. How did they break it? Do you know?
I don't really know. My husband and I were both home at the time. I was downstairs and I heard a bang, but at first I thought they maybe just banged into the house. And then when my husband walked past the room that looks out onto the back of the house, he saw that the glass had been shattered in the door.
Who did it?
Okay, so I actually was in the front yard when it happened. So my friend was there with me. So he was in the backyard with the weed whacker in the corner.
And then he turned around?
He didn't see it happen. We're just assuming it happened from the weed whacker, which...
Oh, you mean like a rock kicked up or something?
That's what we're assuming, yes.
Okay. So what is his response when your husband brings it to his attention?
He was very apologetic and,
Okay.
we
Who is
had...
the lady who keeps whacking you and handing you things? Who is that?
That's my mother.
You're his mother. Okay.
Yes.
You whack away, sweetheart. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He was apologetic, and we did a quick Google search just to find out how much it would be to put glass in the door. So we offered, if you just take $400 off of the landscaping bill, we would be fine. But he declined that, and he said that he would fix it. So,
Okay. Did they offer just take $400 off the bill? Why do you keep answering? You weren't there. Okay, I mean, I understand the feeling like they can't do anything for themselves. I totally get it, but let the man talk, and then if there's something you feel you can add that you're an actual witness to, I'll hear from you. Go ahead.
So I don't actually recall them willing to accept $400. I really just wanted to do the right thing for them. I didn't want them to be inconvenienced at all.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so I made the deposit that day as well.
Right, and then what happened? It just took too long?
well, he told us that he had put a deposit down. It said it would
Can
be...
I see the original receipt for the deposit and everything?
He said it would be a few weeks, so I waited a few weeks and then contacted him.
What day did you say
It
happened?
was June 1st that it was broken.
Okay, on June 3rd, he came in and ordered a thermal unit for your door. Due to the circumstances beyond our control, the supplier was delayed delivering this glass. We were told that there were problems with the tempering plant. You picked the wrong place. As soon as we received the glass, we informed Christian. Please be aware that Christian did everything in his power to take care of the problem. Are these people family, the glass people?
They referred them to me.
Who referred them?
The husband came out with the number.
These are people you referred him to.
Yeah, we gave him a number because he had
KP
tried...
Glass?
I don't know the number. We
Okay,
had tried.
well,
He had tried a few
So they're
places.
not like friends with him. They're your
They're
reference.
not really ours either.
Okay,
It's
no, I know. As soon as we, but in other words, they're not covering for him. Is
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying. As soon as we received the glass, we informed Christian. Please be aware that Christian did everything in his power to take care of the problem. He's responsible for payment of the glass because the order did come in. We will expedite the installation of the glass, and it can be installed as early as tomorrow. So, were you in communication with him, and was he telling you, "I'm sorry"?
I tried one time after I waited the 15. He said 10 to 15 days initially. I contacted him, and he did apologize for the delay and said it would be the following week. I waited 2 more weeks and texted him again, and then there was no response from him. So at that point, I
Is
started.
that accurate? You
So
didn't.
I never said 10 to 15 days. It said between 4 and 6 weeks is what they told me.
Do you have the text? Do either of you have the text?
I
you're
have all the
referring to?
text messages.
Can I
Yeah.
see them actually in your phone?
Yep.
You need it from my phone as well, or?
Yeah, I don't know how you can work with your mother whacking you and hitting you nonstop. Okay, just relax. He's doing a bang-up job. Just take a deep breath and let the man be a man. Just trust me, okay? And I judge you only because I am you. I do the same thing, but seriously. It's so much easier to see when it's not your kid. Hold on. Okay. So she waits a few weeks. It's June 24th. She texts you and says, "What's the status?" "Hi, Christina. I apologize for the delay. There was a delay in the warehouse manufacturing the tempered glass. The glass finally came in. This is on August 14th, which is a month and 5 days after she texted you. So why didn't you answer? See, this is what we like to call in the business the anatomy of a lawsuit. This is when that lawsuit was born, when you ignored her. You were all about customer service until that point in time. Then you ignored her, and then you got a lawsuit delivered to your steps, and then all of a sudden, sorry about the delay. I'll come over to your house now. You know, I mean, by then it was too late. Why didn't you just call her?
So I did reach out to her with the phone call from the house phone.
Okay.
So if the weed whacker kicked up a rock that went into the sliding glass door, is the landscaper responsible?
Absolutely. The guy should be looking if there's any rocks on the ground or not.
Is that reasonable to look for rocks that might get kicked up?
Yes. Looks like.
I mean, when because you're going through a large area and you got to look for every rock to make sure that the weed whacker doesn't kick it up.
Yeah, you should, because it's your part of your work. You should be responsible. You should be. It's accountable. It's the. it's the landscaper. It's his fault.
Okay, we'll see. Going inside the courtroom.
How much was your lawsuit for?
For $2,500.
Okay, how did it go from 400, we'll accept 400 a week ago to it's now 2,400?
Well, as we prepared for small claims court, we had 2 people come in and give estimates, and both places told us that the glass can't be just replaced into the door because it was a double pane door. But even at the time, I said we had estimates that would cost much more
Show
to
me in
fix
writing a glass company that said that the glass can't be repaired. All right. Yeah, that's what this gentleman says. Says you have to replace the whole thing. After careful inspection, the glass panes cannot be replaced, causing the need for a whole new door. Why? Why though? That's what I'm asking.
The nature of the door is double paned.
Somebody's going to have to explain something more than that. You've come into court asking for 5 times what the original amount was, and I'm going to have to press you on this because typically speaking, you can replace a double pane thermal window. That's why there's a manufacturer who makes them. They don't make them to put them on their head and spin them. They make them to put them into sliding glass doors. So this doesn't make sense to me. You had said that you had 2 people saying that, 2 different people saying that. Do
I
you have
had
another
one person saying it and 2 estimates to repair.
Okay. Do you have a picture of the door?
I do.
Yeah. So this is the sliding glass door that we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. How old is that sliding glass door?
At least 10 years old.
Oh, it's more than that. How did you guys get this job? Is this your business, or are you
No,
kind
I
of
just
doing
do
it on
this
the
during the
side?
summertime, yeah.
How did you find them?
I just was doing a Google search, and he had good reviews.
That his mother wrote?
I don't know.
All right, folks, I think he tried to do the right thing. I think the right thing took longer than you expected it to. If your husband saw that he went to the place your husband sent him to, I'm not quite sure why you or your husband didn't just call to verify that it had been ordered, that it had been ordered in a timely basis, and that it was coming in, because it's always so much easier not to file a lawsuit, because by now you would have already had the window, everything taken care of. Who's supposedly going to take the sliding glass door out of its pocket and take it over there in order for the glass to be replaced?
It just comes out very easily. Just pop it out very easily. So me and her husband did it together.
Okay.
And then I just put it in the trailer and just...
And that's how you took it to the place to get the estimate?
Yes.
Then you brought it back, then you reinstalled it, and then that was the plan on how you would get the glass fixed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Basically what we have is this. We have a settlement that you guys reach on the spot where he agrees to do a certain thing, which is what you asked.
Mm-hmm.
And he has done everything, including go to the place your husband referred him to. And it just took longer than you liked. But he didn't breach your agreement. He didn't even pick the place. It's not like he was trying to save money by going to his cousin Cheo's place. So I can't look at him and say he has violated the agreement, therefore he has to pay 5 times as much. Okay? So here's what is going to happen. If you want your glass replaced, then you are going to have to abide by the original agreement. And you are going to have to pay those people, because I don't think you've paid the rest of it because this happened, right?
Yes.
And I don't know whether now you would like him to be involved in taking the door over there, or you would rather he not be involved. He seems like a perfectly safe
It's
gentleman.
fine with me. I mean, I think communication was the piece. So
Of course it was. Of course it was. Now, he says he called you. Whenever you're in a disagreement with somebody, it is always best to create a paper trail by having things in writing. Communication is the key. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to order that you continue with your agreement that had been reached, because I do not find that he breached it in any way. And since you're telling me that it's all right, then I'm going to order you, before you leave my courthouse, I want the 2 of you with Officer McIntosh to contact the glass place and figure out a day when this is going to be done and resolved. Okay?
Okay.
All right, that's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Okay.
So the plaintiff does prevail, but she's going to have to live to agree with her original agreement with you guys. That was for the $400. You okay with the judge's
Yeah, I think
verdict?
it's a fair decision, yeah. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with the outcome.
Are you still doing the gardening now?
So it was just for the summertime.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much for your contributions. Okay.
you.
All right. Good enough. Thank you very much. Good enough,
Okay.
Christian. All right. Thank you. All right, Miss Sir. Miss Sir. Sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? What do you think of what the judge decided?
It's fair if he would have communicated along. We were happy with him replacing the door, and that's the goal, was to get the door fixed. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good enough. Hope it works
Yeah,
out. All right.
thank you.
very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Harvey?
Well, look, I mean, I disagree with all these folks. I don't think it's negligent. You're doing your job and there are going to be rocks there, and it's kind of an assumption of risk almost. The reason why the landscaper was responsible is because there was an agreement to pay. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Williams Owusu. He said he came home one day to a pow, pow sound in his apartment, and when he opened the door, he saw what it was, a leak from his ceiling directly onto a 60-inch smart TV. The defendant, his landlord, says there's nothing he could do about it. His TV was ruined, and he's here in the name of justice, seeking the $1,087.62 he's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, Garrett Metcalf, legal counsel for the landlord. He says the plaintiff's TV is 7 years old, and from a legal standpoint, it's worth nothing. The plaintiff can't even prove there was a leak to begin with. Based on the valueless TV and no proof there was a leak, the plaintiff has nothing to sue for, and he will not win his case today. He's accused of not reimbursing a tenant. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,500 for malicious prosecution.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says there was a leak in his ceiling and the water damaged his 60-inch TV. In fact, ruined it. But the landlord says, not his problem. It's the case of you are such a drip.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Mr. Owusu.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are suing the management company that is being represented by Mr. Metcalf. Now, you happen to be an attorney, correct?
Correct.
But you're here to testify as a custodian of records, or you have power of attorney for whoever is actually the owner of that building.
Correct.
All right. You're suing them for $1,087.62, a cost that you say of a TV that was ruined because of a leak. And you have a counterclaim against it for $1,500 for malicious prosecution. Okay, let me hear from you.
The one Tuesday, I'm coming from dialysis. When I open my door, I hear the noise, pow, pow, pow. The time I go and check in, the water coming from the roofing, it hit my TV.
Okay, you live in an apartment?
The studio, but it's apartment. I'm living 5th floor.
You're on the 5th floor and there's floors above you?
6th floor.
Okay, go on.
I saw the TV, the water, it coming from the roofing, you go to my TV. I turned the TV.
When you say roof, you mean ceiling, right?
Oh, ceiling, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. That's
Ceiling.
okay.
I'm going to call the super. The super is not there. I call the wife. The wife come and check. I call one guy, the guy from Africa, the guy, another one from Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rico guy tell me, take the pictures.
Wait. They have an African and Puerto Rican what?
For the evidence.
Are you mean your neighbors? Is that what you're saying?
It's you live in another apartment. It's my neighbor.
Okay, a neighbor. Okay, go on.
And another Puerto Rico is my neighbor.
Okay,
He
so
come
we
and
grab
watch it.
Africa, Puerto Rico, and what?
He come and watch it for the evidence.
Okay, are they here to testify?
No, the guy tell me.
Okay, do you have an affidavit from them, a statement?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you see the leaking, and what happens? What do you do?
But I go and call the super wife. The super wife
and
is
she
there.
says he's not available.
The super wife, he go to the 6th floor. He come and tell me, the lady living the 6th floor, the water coming from the air condition. That's why he say. That time, the super wife called the super.
Okay.
The super come in my house.
Oh, okay.
He come and watch it. He take the pictures.
The super took pictures?
Took the pictures.
Okay, do you have the pictures from the super?
I have 3 pictures that
May I see them? Did you take pictures?
Take the picture too. The Puerto Rico guy tell me take the
Puerto
pictures.
Rico guy told that lead to the Puerto Rican. Okay.
May I just note on the 3rd picture, he has an air conditioning unit that's right by the television.
It's about 4 feet away.
Order.
And if it dripped, it would drip down here. It wouldn't magically drip like this on this TV. Oh, wow. Is that the bubble on the ceiling?
The bubble in the ceiling.
What's this a picture of?
That's a super. He's trying to come and fix it.
So this is a super. He's on a ladder. And what's he looking at up there?
The water coming from, there's some water coming from the window, some water coming from the bubble. That bubble one go to my TV.
Oh, I see the bubble.
Yeah.
There's the bubble right on top of your TV.
Yeah, that one go to my TV inside.
Right. But why is he checking by the window? Where does he think the water's coming from?
The water coming from everywhere. The damage, if you...
Where's the super? Is he here?
No.
Super's not here.
Okay, who's the gentleman you brought?
He's an expert witness
On what?
on the valuation of all the damages, about him mitigating and various
Just about the
things.
TV? How?
TV,
Are
the
you
mitigation.
do you sell TVs? Come on up. What do
No,
you do?
Your Honor, I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant. Have a seat. All right. So go ahead. Did anybody determine where the leak came from?
The super tell me the water coming from the lady air condition.
From the ladies' air.
Yeah, that's what the super tell me. The management tell me, why you don't sue the lady? I say, I'm a Christian. I serve the Almighty God. I don't see by my eyes that water coming from the lady house. What can I sue the lady?
Okay.
The only thing I know, the water coming from the roofing. It go to my TV. The manager called me. He said, William, come into my office. Come and take 500 and go
The
and buy it.
manager offered you $500?
He said, you want to give me 500?
You didn't take it?
I said, it's insult.
Why, how is it an insult? The TV's how old?
Because the TV is
4 years old.
4 years old. I said, if you think the TV, I don't need money from you. I need the TV. If you think the TV is 500, buy that TV for me. That's what, I just need the TV. I don't need the money.
I would have then gone out and bought him a 4-year-old TV and saved some of that $500. Oh, Lord. Let me hear from you.
Well, there's two issues. He didn't have renter's insurance. So this was a problem that could have easily been solved if he just did the cheap option, which is simply buying renter's insurance.
Right, but when someone doesn't have insurance, it's my job to figure out who's actually at fault. So
I understand. Well, so what's the standard of proof? He has to have a standard of proof of gross negligence. But this could have been...
Why? Why can't it just be that your company doesn't repair its pipes?
Well, I have government records from HPD that show that there were no violations in the apartment, and he could have done two things, which would have solved this problem. He could have, A, taken the money as he swore with his sworn statement, and he could have filed what's called an HP action. But I don't think that...
What's an HP action?
Well, an HP action is basically when the tenant would sue the landlord for repairs and damages, and then they would go in and they would see that there are violations. He's called 311.
Okay, stop. You're like mixing 5 or 10 different things at once. It's very simple. Either it's the management's fault or it's not the management's fault. So there is a super who made a repair. Where is the super? Is he here to testify?
No, I'm going to affirm based on the conversations I've had with the super, based on conversations I've had with the managing agent.
Do we have a statement from the super?
No, we have a government record that shows that there's no violations in his apartment.
What does that have to do with anything? You could have a place that has no violations and have a busted pipe that belongs to the common area, and then you would owe him because it's a pipe that belongs to the common area.
Well, also, we don't even...
Stand up, accountant. Tell me what you're here about.
Can I just add something, though?
Hold
we don't
on.
even know...
In a minute. Go ahead.
Your Honor, forgive the rudimentary nature of the tables I created, but
You created tables?
Yes, we have graphs and we have...
For a used TV, you created tables.
They're very simple. They took no time at all.
Now, you have brought me an accountant because you think I'm so stupid I don't know how to value an old TV.
No.
So go ahead. Let me see the graphs. Let me see the graphs.
Well,
no, it's fun for me.
I got you.
Because I want to see how this would be more scientific, I guess. Oh, look at what you did.
Well, if you look at the patterns on the graph, okay, the TV was very high at one point.
Wait, you be quiet. I want to hear from your expert. Go ahead.
So, is the landlord responsible for this damage?
I think so. If he was made aware of it, yes. If he was not made aware of it, then I would think not.
You know what? That's about as good an analysis as I could expect going inside the courtroom.
There's really nothing to explain other than...
Of course not.
After 1 year on a general warranty, 2 years on an extended warranty.
Third line that's missing is 5 years for
which
whatever.
I have a supplementary document just for the...
Well, we could do that, or we could go online and see what that TV costs today if someone were to buy it in the used market, which is the exact definition of the value at the time of the loss. It's what you would get if you sold it, all right? In any event, let's talk about the actual liability. Your side is in the unique position of being able to investigate and figure out and testify to me as to what caused the leak.
But
I got nothing from the super to tell me what the leak would cause a leak.
Well, Your Honor, based on records by the housing preservation development.
Okay, once again,
there are no violations, no
do you
leaks.
understand that a violation and a leak are two different things?
I understand. They inspect, and there's also
They inspect how often?
And let me tell you something.
They inspect how often?
They inspect whenever there's an HP proceeding.
Okay, so you're suggesting that he should have filed against you? He was nice enough not to file a housing violation, which a retaliatory guy might do, all right? Then how am I supposed to determine what caused the leak?
Actually, it would have actually been probably a good thing that he filed an HP
Are
proceeding.
you a litigator?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. And
Hey, come on, man.
Look, I'm telling you.
All right, no, seriously.
Well,
All right.
Okay, can I explain?
I mean, if you're a litigator, you know that what you're telling me makes no sense. There's a leak. Is it caused by you or is it caused by another tenant? I don't understand. What
Your
am I
Honor,
supposed to determine caused that leak?
All we have is that proof that there was a television there one day. All right?
Really? What do
all
you
we
see
have.
on top of the TV?
I see a little hole, but
Do
I
you?
mean,
I'm going to ask you to do me a
But
favor
isn't
and
that
no. Walk over to the TV. I need you to walk over to that screen. Do you see the ceiling, a bubble that is consistent with water damage?
I don't see water damage.
Okay. And there
his
is
standard of
none
proof.
so blind as he who will not see. I've had water damage. I know how it bubbles and I know how it looks. But worse than that, you're an officer of the court. You have spoken to the super and you know that there was water damage.
No, I'm saying it's his standard of proof to show that we were grossly negligent.
Yeah. Where did you get that idea that he needs to show gross negligence? Where do you get your law? Because that's not the standard.
Yeah, if you're going to bypass renter's insurance.
Negligence. There's no insurance in this case. I find you guys liable. The question is, what is it worth? Is it worth the $1,087.62?
Your Honor, may I just
No, you may not. Thank you for the graphs. Seriously, the value of this thing is infinitely less than the $500 that the manager offered you. You should have taken the $500. When I go online and shop for this model of TV, it's only worth $225. So if you had taken the $500, you would be better off. You should have taken the $500.
No. I'm sorry to say that.
No, there's no I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He tried to.
Your Honor, there's no reason
Okay,
to buy insurance
stop.
anymore.
Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's talking to you. You keep saying it with nonsensical things. You can't talk over the judge.
You're setting a precedent that it will be unlimited life.
If you do that again, we're going to have a problem. Do you seriously think that it is an answer in a lawsuit to keep saying, he should have bought insurance? You're a lawyer. That's the kind of thing non-lawyers say. You know that has nothing to do with this. All he has to do is show that it's your fault. He's got to be able to persuade me that it's the fault of the owner of the building. See, only one person knows, and that's the super, who you don't bring. Okay, now you have a counterclaim against him for $1,500 for malicious prosecution. First of all, malicious prosecution is for criminal cases, and we don't have a criminal case. He didn't file a criminal case against you. So I guess you mean abuse of process, and abuse of process, you would have to show that he was being malicious. I'm looking at the darn lump on the ceiling. So then why are you filing a $1,500 malicious prosecution against him?
Okay, so what it is actually a retaliatory lawsuit because basically what happened is we've had 2 prior non-payment cases where he's not paid his rent and we've gotten final judgments with warrants issued against him.
When did those 2 happen, before or after this leak?
This happened prior to the supposed leak.
Okay, so then what you're saying is that he's suing you for that leak that both you and I are looking at with our eyeballs in order to retaliate against you for non-payment of rent stuff. It could be for retaliation, like you're saying, or it could be because there's a darn leak that we're both looking at with our eyeballs, right? Looks to me like he's suing because the darn TV broke after a leak. It doesn't look to me like retaliatory. So on your counterclaim, 0. On your claim against them, I have found this on several sites that sell used TV for $225, and that's all I can award you because that's the value of the depreciated TV.
Okay.
And I was able to figure that out all on my own. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you so much.
So the plaintiff does win, but he doesn't get what he was seeking. Mr. Metcalf, quick question. I can't believe you're a lawyer and you're talking back to the judge the way you were. Wow.
Oh, I apologize. But I just have to
kidding.
it
made you look stupid, you know?
Well, I would have to say that I'm just glad that I got a fair hearing and the The people chose Judge Marilyn to give us a fair hearing, and I believe the people have spoken. And I think that she made a wise decision.
Get it off your chest. Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. Unbelievable. I feel sorry for you. You know, I really feel sorry for you. I was hoping you'd get enough to, but maybe you can replace that TV. Here's this way for the $225 the judge said they're selling for now.
Yeah, I don't have any choice because that's the judge. You know the better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you go out and get another TV. All right, you're going to get enough to buy one.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, good luck to you.
You too.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Good luck. Harvey?
Okay, this gentleman is right. Put the landlord on notice, and then they're going to be responsible.